A very good morning, everyone. In this video, we will be learning physics chapter number 6. This is your teacher, Miss Megha. On that note, let's start learning this chapter together. The name of the chapter is magnetism, in which we will be learning what are magnets, what are various types of magnets, their properties, their characteristics, and so on. On that note, let's start learning with the discovery of the magnets. Magnets are such substances that attract iron, that have the property of attracting iron. Back to the history. In 800 BC, first magnet was found. This magnet was naturally occurring, provided to us by Mother Nature. We call it as magnetite. What was the name of that? Magnetite. This is one of the story given to us. Here comes up the third point. This is another story in the line. There was a shepherd named as Magnus. One day, when he was going in the field along with his cattle, he found that his stick is stuck to a rock. That rock was made up of magnetite. Later, he found that rock is attracting iron. So he named it as magnet. Here comes a fourth point, another story in the line. Some people call it that magnets are originated from the name of the town itself. The name of the town was Magnesia, and it was located in Asia Minor. The pieces of magnets always rest in a particular direction, which humans used it. This property of magnets, humans used it to locate the directions. If you are confused in fifth point, not a problem. We will be elaborating it in upcoming slides. Here comes up sixth point. Another name of magnets is lodestone. This is the another name of the magnets. Now we should learn that there are two type of magnets. There are two sort of magnets. One of them is natural magnet, another one is artificial. Let's learn about them together. Natural magnets are the one that are found in nature. No humans are involved in developing them, in making them. These are natural magnets. Gray color rock you can see onto the left side. This is a natural magnet. It is irregular and odd in shape. It's not smooth. One of the important points to learn about natural magnet is they are weak in strength. They are very weak in strength. They are not so strong. Not so strong means their magnetic power is not so strong. And because they are not so strong, that's why we are not using it for practical purposes. Now, here comes up another type of magnet called as artificial magnet. The magnets that are made by humans. Why? Because as we already know, natural magnets are weak in strength. Artificial magnets are thus made because they are strong. Now, this is artificial since humans have made it. They are regular and also having proper shapes. They are strong, so we can use it for practical purposes also. Artificial magnets are actually of various types. You can see here as per their shape, U-shaped, horseshoe, compass, etc. These are various types of artificial magnets. So there are two sort of magnets. One given to us by Mother Nature is natural. They are not at all smooth. They are irregular, weak in strength, and we are not using it on practical basis. Then comes up artificial magnet, the one which is made by humans. They are regular, smooth, proper shape. They are strong and thus used by us for practical purposes. Now here is the time to learn magnetic and non-magnetic substances. If you have ever imagined that why wood is not attracted to iron, Your answer is not attracted to these magnets. Your answer is here. Why your wooden chair, why your plastic scales is not attracted towards magnet? Answer lies in this slide. There are two sort of substances, magnetic and non-magnetic. Substances that are attracted by magnet is called as magnetic substance, like iron rod, your iron scale, steel, like your steel dishes, steel bowl, spoon, etc., like nickel also. Magnetic substances are also called as ferromagnetic substances. Then comes up second sort of substance which are called as non-magnetic. Your wooden chair, plastics, plastic bottle if I'm talking about. So these are different sort of substances that are not at all attracted by magnets and they are thus called as non-magnetic substances. Picture is already provided to this slide. You can take a help of it and can easily understand that iron, cobalt, this is steel, nickel, etc. are example of magnetic metals. Talking about aluminium, copper, brass, lead are example of non-magnetic metals. So these are two sort of substances, magnetic and non-magnetic. Now let's start learning about the characteristics of magnet. In the slide you can read there are two sort of characteristics mentioned. First one is a magnet is suspended freely. It always rests in specific direction. Direction is north-south. And second is it attracts small pieces of iron. So let's start to understand them in deep. Over to the screen, you can see two boxes are provided stating you characteristics of a magnet. Let's start from the left side. First one. In this, you can see there is one picture provided. A wooden stand is shown over which a silk thread is used to tie a bar magnet. Since this magnet is now suspending freely in the air, it is now suspended freely. It will rest in a particular direction. That direction is north-south. Here, with the help of this direction also, you can find the same thing out. W stands for west, N for north, S for south, and E for east. And hence the same. The magnet you can see right now is actually resting in specific direction. Direction is north, south, like this, north, south. Now there is the time to learn two type of these terms, two sort of new terms. One of them is north seeking pole, another is south seeking pole. And of the magnet that points in north direction. There are two ends. If this is a magnet, the one shown to you on this screen, blue color, there are two ends. First, second. The end which is pointing to north direction is actually your north seeking pole. And the another end which is pointing in south direction is south seeking pole. Now here is the time to learn how to write the direction on magnets. In order to write direction, like which is the north pole, which is the south pole, if you want to write the pole, in case of magnet, how you are going to do? There are two ways illustrated. Suppose this is a magnet, blue color thing is a magnet. You can use a red dot or you can also write here in capitals N, stating that this is the north pole of this particular magnet. There are two ways and you can use any one of them. Now move on to the second characteristic. A magnet attracts small pieces of iron. This we have done many number of the times. Magnetic power of magnets are strong at ends, at the poles, and it is less or you can say least at the center, very little. Both the ends where the particular magnet is having strongest magnetic power. There are two ends as we have already learned, this side and here goes to the another side. So these two ends are called as poles of magnet. What are they called as? Poles of magnet. And magnet attracts small pieces of iron, especially at the pole area. At the center, this magnetic power is very little, or you can say less. Okay, now let's move on to the next topic, properties of a magnet. Here comes our first property. Like poles repel each other. North and north will repel, while north and south will attract. That means opposite poles attracts each other. As you can see in the picture, SN, south, north, opposite, they will attract. South, south will repel. Now, since a magnet is there kept, as you can see in the picture, here is the iron. Magnet north is this side, or you can say this pole is north pole of magnet. When is placed near to iron piece, near to the piece of iron, one side or the nearby pole of the iron will automatically behave like south pole. Which pole? South pole. And now this is north, this is south. Opposite, they will attract each other. In this way, a magnet is attracted towards iron. Or you can say iron get attracted to the magnet. Here is the time to learn second property. Poles exist in pairs. You are having a huge piece of iron. You are breaking it down into smaller pieces. You can see in each piece, poles are developed on its own. They exist in pairs. And this is the second property of magnet. Automatically it get created. You are not going to write it. No one is going to make it. It automatically get developed. And it is impossible to separate the poles in magnet. It is not possible to separate them out. Now let's learn about magnetic field. The area around a magnet where attraction, magnetic substances are attracted. You can just feel a particular force of attraction nearby magnets. That field is called as magnetic field. This is what written in the first point. Now, in the second point, learn it as per the particular thing mentioned over here. Magnetic compass, a sort of device used by travelers, used by visitors. You might have seen that in movies also. Treasure islands, right? People, those who are going there, carrying a sort of device known as magnetic compass. Magnetic compass is the thing we are going to talk in the second point. When near a magnetic compass, when near a magnetic compass, you are placing another magnet, needle will automatically start swinging in different directions. It will rest. But when in magnetic compass, nearby to magnetic compass, there is no other magnet kept. Needle will rest automatically in geographic north-south direction. Now, in this case, learn complete magnetic field around a magnet using one activity. There are various things you need, like a paper, few chunks or pieces of iron, and a magnet. In this activity, you will take a paper. On the top of the paper, you will put iron fillings, small pieces, small chunks of iron. Below the paper, you will simply move the magnet. After a point of time, you can find that a proper pattern is drawn on the paper. Iron fillings arrange themselves in a proper pattern. That pattern is nothing but the magnetic field around the magnet. Try out. Now let's move to the last part. Earth's magnetic field. Actually, our planet Earth itself behave like a huge magnet. Earth's magnetic south is actually geographic north pole. Now what is that? Let's understand. North Pole that we are learning, the geographical North Pole, is actually Earth's magnetic south. They are opposite. And geographic South Pole is actually Earth's magnetic north. Suppose I'm having a magnet. Okay, the magnet is moving to north direction. Or you can say my magnet's north pole is Earth's south pole, opposite. My magnet's south pole is Earth's north pole. Why? Because both of them are opposite. Since opposite attract each other, poles will be automatically getting opposite. My magnet's north is Earth's south. My magnet's south is Earth's north, opposite. Same poles repel each other and opposite poles attract each other. So this was all about this class. Keep on learning and reading till here. That's it. Thank you.